Hey Campoholics, have you been thinking about a Harvest Host membership?
Let us tell you about our first 4 nights at Harvest Host locations. Here we go.
I'm Missy.
I'm Mike.
And we're the Campoholics! We left home on Thursday. We drove about 3.5 hours.
Left home for a full-time life RV journey.
To James Rivers Cellars Winery in Glen Allen, Virginia. It was very easy to find. It was right off of 95. We got there normal time, whatever we were supposed to get there. There was already one other camper there. The place was beautiful, up on a hill. The parking lot itself, where we had to park, was pretty unlevel.
Yeah, there was some, it wasn't level.
Yeah. It
was grassy, so I found a level spot.
Yep.
So we'll take you on a little video tour of it right here. Hey Campoholics, we just arrived at our first Harvest Host location. Next to this Harvest Host is a driving range, so you can hit some golf balls. There's plenty of room here. And there's the vineyard up top, the winery vineyard. So we'll get settled in. Missy's gonna go up and check in, settle in. We'll get Echo settled down, get some decent clothes on rather than my dirty old Phillies t-shirt, and go inside and have a glass of wine and support the business for being a Harvest Host.
So the wine, we went in, we had a flight tasting. And it was open even with COVID. They were doing some things different. They had outdoor seating and they had indoor seating. We could bring the dog. Super friendly people. We did a tasting. We bought some packaged cheese or whatever.
Cheese and
crackers or something like that. But the wines were really good.
Yes, I did like the wines.
They were very good. We did not purchase anything else, but we paid for the flight and all the snacks and stuff. We didn't buy any bottles to bring home with us. And I had a wine slushie. Oh yeah, that was the wine slushie. The wine slushie was really good.
Our total bill for that night was like $30, $33.
So when you say at Harvest Host, I think on the website it says they expect you to spend at least $20 if they have products, or if they don't, give them a donation if they're just running a farm or any other thing, just to give some type of donation to help offset the costs. But we didn't have any problem with it was like $30, $35 I think is what we spent.
Yes.
But it was nice. Quiet, even though we were off of the roadway, but it was quiet. There was a driving range right next to it. So first night, great. I mean, I was excited. The owner came over, talked to us a couple times. So yeah, we were pleased. We were excited to hit to the next spot.
Yep, it was a pleasant experience at this first Harvest Host location. No issues getting in and out of the place. It was fine. So it was a great experience.
Yep.
So we left there. We drove another hour and a half because I had a special place I wanted to visit.
Yes.
Like I'm drinking right now, bourbon. This was a distillery in Weldon, North Carolina.
Yes.
It's called Weldon Hills Distillery.
Weldon Mills.
Weldon Mills
Distillery. It's in an old schoolhouse.
Yeah, it's still right off 95. And it's 2 miles off of 95. However, our Garmin RV GPS took us on a roundabout way. Apparently there's a low bridge in town that you might want to avoid if you have a big rig. But here's a video of Weldon Mills Distillery. Hey Campoholics, we're on stop number 2. Stop number 2 of our journey down to Salt Springs Recreation Area in Florida. We're at Weldon Mills Distillery in Weldon, North Carolina. It's north of Rocky Mount. It's a Harvest Host. They have bourbon here. Oh, bourbon. And they have gin and vodkas and stuff like that, but they distill their own bourbon here. So I'll give you a shot of this place, and hopefully I'll take you inside. They give Harvest Host members tours of the facility, so that's cool. This used to be a schoolhouse, and there is the football field, and there's a fish and wildlife recreation area. And right behind this recreation area, or behind this distillery, is fish and wildlife enforcement officers. That's their office. So I'll show you the front of this building. Now the website says they do have live entertainment on the weekends. This is a Friday night, so we're here on a Friday night, and we'll see what happens.
Super friendly. Got there, we checked in. It stated on the website to just park on the gravel. We immediately saw the gravel when we pulled in. There was already one other camper there. Actually, the same camper that was with us at the Harvest Host before was at the same next Harvest Host.
Yeah, they went to the same location with us.
Yep. So we went there, walked in. It was Sarah was the bartender. And
great ambassador for the business.
Oh my God, she was awesome.
Sarah, you're awesome.
All right, so this is the Soldier's Cut.
Soldier's Cut.
It is. So this one's 82 proof for the 82nd Airborne Division. Just a cool play on numbers. And part of the proceeds go to Gold Star families. But also, it's won a few medals. So we got about 3 gold medals and 2 silver medals. This one we beat out Elijah Craig and Heaven Hill out in California. It was a wine tasting, and they used the public as judges.
Soldier's Cut. Smells delicious.
Oh yeah, it's great. So the grains that we use, which I would usually go about with more, but I'll go ahead and point out, is we use, corn, malted wheat, and malted barley. So most bourbons are a single malt, and that's going to be the malted barley, mainly for the enzymes. For the Soldier's Cut and the Reserve, we use 2 malted grains, so malted wheat and malted barley. The wheat's going to give you a sweet bourbon, and rye's going to give you more of like a spicier, peppery bourbon. Also, with it being a double malt, you're going to get more flavor with it as well.
Well, the Soldier's Cut's very good.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
I like that.
All right, so this is the all malt. This is the only all malted bourbon in the industry. We just came out with this about a month ago.
Okay.
So malted corn, malted wheat, and malted barley.
So as part of the Harvest Host membership, you get 4 free tastings there at the bar. So you pick I had 4 shots of bourbon, 4 half-ounce shots of bourbon. The bourbon from a bourbon lover was fantastic. The Soldier's Cut bourbon, fantastic, great bourbon. I'm talking on the level above Buffalo Trace and Woodford Reserve. Good stuff.
But they only distribute in
right
ABC
now. They're only
stores.
right now they're only distributing in North Carolina. The owner and a friend of his, I can't recall the whole story, but you can check him out on the Facebook page. Retired military guy. Soldier's Cut he thought of 82 proof in memory of or in honor of the 82nd Airborne. So great night there. There was no issue as far as noise, traffic noise. Friday night.
Hail.
We had hailstorm. Yeah,
We
of course, we had a hailstorm that night. So much I had to throw a blanket on the hood of the truck because I was scared it would get dented up.
Oh, good God. Don't do that.
Okay, Campoholics, last night was an eventful night.
No hair, no.
Eventful night. So we got it all the second night, full-time RVing. A hailstorm hit us last night. So much so there's my blanket on the back of that trailer there. I quickly took that blanket and threw it on the hood of my truck to prevent any damage, and it seemed to work. Then I have a CPAP, so about 3:30 in the morning I get this rush of dog poo odor hit me, and I wake her up and said, I think Echo just pooped in the damn camper.
That's not what you said.
That's not what I said. That damn dog just pooped in the camper. So yeah, sure enough, here by the door, he's wanting to go out.
On my brand new mat that our daughter made us.
Yep, it's out there. So gotta wash that thing off. But here, I'll have to give you a shot of this. It's a beautiful day out here, beautiful morning at this Harvest Host. Look, there goes a boat going out. It's a nice and sunny day. So we're packing up shortly, heading to our 3rd Harvest Host on our way down to Florida. We're going to a winery in South Carolina. So I'll go ahead and give you an update when we get there. We're going to stop by on the way to a TSD fuel stop location, fill up for $2.55 a gallon according to the app instead of the $3.12 posted on the sign. So it's going to be our first TSD stop, fuel car stop, and we'll see how that goes. I'll get back to you.
We really did enjoy it there. There was 1, 2, 3, 4. There was about 7 rigs there. 4 big rigs, and then 3.
Well, through the night, more came in through the night and spent the night there.
Yeah.
They were just coming off the road. Of course, they didn't spend any money because they came in late after hours. However, of course, we bought 2 bottles. I spent.
Yeah,
like
I'm drinking this.
there.
It's called State Fair in Your Mouth. It's caramel apple liqueur.
Yep.
And it is really good.
It is tasty.
But yeah, that was, so we were 2 for 2, man. We were excited. Just the Harvest Host. We were liking the plan.
Yep. So our next journey stop was at Cartersville Winery in Timmonsville, South Carolina. By the way, we were on our way down to Salt Springs Recreation Area in Florida. 800-mile trip. We took our time. We were not in a rush. We had 4 days to get here, so we made the most of it and spent nights at Boondocked at 4 Harvest Host locations.
But
Cartersville.
Now, yes. So yeah, the first 2 did not offer hookups, but Cartersville did if you wanted them, and we did take advantage of it.
Yeah, we took advantage of the full hookups.
$20.
$20, water, sewer, and electric. When we say full hookups, she had it all right there. It's $20. And this Harvest Host was big in respect that she had about 12 before the night was over. Campers come in to camp there.
Yeah.
So we'll show the film right now. All right, Campoholics, we are at our 3rd Harvest Host location in our journey down to Florida. This is called the Cartersville Country Winery, Timmonsville, South Carolina, just south of Florence, South Carolina. This gets great ratings on the Harvest Host page, but you can opt to boondock, or for $20 you can actually hook up full hookups, water, sewer, and electric, both 30 and or 50 amp. So I'm going to use this to take advantage, dump the tanks, let Missy get a hot shower, a long hot shower, not run the generator, get a generator break tonight for $20. And wine tasting is at 6 o'clock. We're going to have a wine tasting event in the tasting room.
So we got to, when we pulled into Cartersville, I never did get her name. She met us at the gate, and I told her my name, and she asked if we wanted full hookups, and she said because she had a couple spots. We said sure, we'll take it. There was, you go to the left or go to the right, and the left had the concrete pad and the full hookup, which was, we didn't know that when we said yes, we'd take it.
Yeah.
So we took it. She said, do you want to do the tasting? We said sure. So 6:30 tasting. So we got set up. Pretty simple to get set up. The vineyards were all behind us. It was a nice location where we were. Got all set up. We go in. We had the wine tasting. Super, super nice people. But out of the 10 wines that we tasted, we could tolerate 1.
Well, we are not wine connoisseurs.
No.
Not even close.
No. But
we might take a sip or 2 of wine a year.
But the other couple that was with us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We met another couple from
But
DC.
anyway, you know, the wine was $10 a bottle, pretty cheap. We did find one that it was called Just Peachy. So we got that. So when she gave us our bill, she said, we also have full hookups. So our bill ended up being $54, and we couldn't figure it out. Well, they charged us $10 per person for a tasting,
which was not disclosed.
Which was not disclosed to no one at the tasting. We were all kind of like, oh. Well, what do you do? We've already had that. Now they provide us some wine, some cheese, some grapes, and some crackers. But yeah, we probably would have only done 1 tasting. So yeah, that was our most expensive. No, I shouldn't say that, because Weldon Mills was.
Yeah,
yeah, we spent quite a bit of money at Weldon Mills on the bourbon. But yeah, we were not planning. I would not have bought more wine if we had to pay for the tasting and the hookup. So that was a little bit of not disclosed to us, but it was neither here nor there.
We met some nice people there.
We did meet some nice people.
Fellow campers.
We did take a tour. It is definitely a homegrown winery. Where we were, the view was much better than on the other side.
Yes.
I would definitely say.
The other side, it was dirt. nothing but sheds or garages or whatever
Yeah.
you call it. They had hookups on that side, water and or electric.
They actually had quite a few hookups.
Yeah.
They really did.
But again, you got to pay for those hookups.
You have to pay for the hookups. I don't know if they were all $20, if you could just get water and electric. I don't know. We didn't ask.
Right.
But yeah, it was nice taking a long shower, dumping the gray, making sure that we were ready to go for the next one, because we knew we did not have any hookups for the next one, which was Whippoorwill Farms.
Whippoorwill Farms.
In, sorry, I have to look at my
Ridgeland, South Carolina.
phone. Yeah.
It's on the southern end of South Carolina. By the way, the roads from Charleston on 95 south towards Georgia, terrible. Terrible on 95, just bumping.
Yeah. And there was even signs that said rough roads next 6 miles.
Anyway, we're in Ridgeland, South Carolina
Yep.
to Whippoorwill Farms.
Yep, this place got great reviews on Harvest Host. I was also, you know, I don't know, I'm still new at this. This is the first week. We're actually a week tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I read the Harvest Host reviews. I didn't go and look things up. I didn't look at the location. I didn't look at the Google Earth it. I did whatever. So we get there. We ride past it first. There's not good signage at all.
No, not at all. You'll miss it.
But it got great reviews on Harvest Host that the place was great. It's a regenerative farming. They have 40 acres.
Yep.
So we finally get turned around. We get where we need to get back into the entrance, which was a little bit tight, I think. A little bit tight.
And we'll show you. Go ahead. You want to
video that?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not very well marked either. We missed it the first time we came from this way to make a left in here. We missed it, and we ended up going 10 miles out of the way. Had to find a church way down this road, turn around and come back, and made it in here.
So yeah, so it was a little bit tight.
So Marissa meets us.
Marissa meets us at the gate.
The co-owner.
And
points us to where we need to go.
She says, so you're boondocking, because I did go on. This was one that you actually went online. You had to pay $15 to book your boondocking site, and then you got it back when you got there, which I wasn't real sure about, because I was like, well, I thought we weren't supposed to pay anything. But so there was clue number one that probably should have made me think, uh-oh, I don't know what's going on. So we get there. She said, oh, you're doing boondocking. I said, yep, because there was no other. They did offer other sites, like full hookup or just water electric, but they were like $45 and $50. Well, that's not the point of Harvest Host,
right. Personally,
for me. We didn't need full hookups. So she said, all right, you're boondocking. See that red barrel down there? Go all the way to that red barrel, and there's an area there. She said, there's already a van there. If you need to move, if you need to ask her to move, she will. She's very nice.
So let's roll a video about our first experience at Whippoorwill Farms, where we first parked.
Yeah.
All right, Campoholics, we're at our fourth Harvest Host. This is Whippoorwill Farms.
Yep.
What?
You got to do two parts. This part, and then this part tonight.
Whippoorwill Farms, somewhere in South Carolina.
Timberland.
Oh, hold on. Does it tell us on here? We're in Ridgeland. We're in Ridgeland, South Carolina, on Whippoorwill Farms.
It's a regenerative farm.
A regenerative.
That means they don't use any chemicals and shit like that.
Don't say shit. Don't say shit. Can't say shit. Anyway, apparently they started in what, 2019?
Yes, it's a rustic. Rustic is the word.
Rustic. Keyword being rustic in the description of the Whippoorwill Farms on Harvest Host is rustic. So
it gets great reviews about the
yes, it gets outstanding reviews about the host
from city people.
And now we're from Delaware, so we're used to this look on the ag side of the house. We're in the boondocking spot. They do have, they got full hookups, right?
Yeah, but they were not available for us.
There are full hookups available, if they are available for you, if you decide to stop here at Whippoorwill Farms. in South Carolina. So we're in the boondocking spot. So let me show you the boondocking spot. Here we go.
The dog just threw up.
So this is the boondocking spot by the Red Barrel. You make a left at the Red Barrel and find your spot and boondock away. You got a van over there. But that's your entrance coming in. And I'll take you up there in a bit. Got some pigs up here on the left. So yeah, we're gonna check this place out tonight. 6 o'clock is the tour. And beautiful view here at Whippoorwill Farms. It gets great reviews, people. It does. It gets great reviews. Nothing bad is said about the host. Everybody just loves the place. Hopefully we're gonna get some fresh meat and some fresh eggs to take with us from their store here.
We're doing a 6:30 tour.
A 6:30 tour. Okay, we're doing a 6:30 tour. And
There's left little pigs coming in.
Yep. So we're just gonna spend the night here. Stop number 4 on our route to Salt Springs Recreation Area. Tomorrow we have 4 hours to go, and we'll be there.
So we
Now,
get there.
Hold on, let me preface this. I'm sure there's many people out there who lived in the cities and never been on a farm. She grew up on a farm.
Still do farm. My brother, my father,
We both grew up in Sussex County, Delaware.
Yeah.
There are some rough parts in Sussex County, Delaware, which for me, as soon as I pulled into this place, I thought, bam, I'm having flashbacks.
No, what you said was, this is a DNREC complaint
Yes,
right here.
what's that? Yeah,
Is exactly what you said.
I worked for Natural Resources Police for 25 years, and this was a...
Now, on their website, they say they're very rustic. Which I have no issues with that. The issue that I had, and then we'll flash up some pictures, was the junk that we had to look at overnight.
Now, don't bash us and say, get over it, blah, blah, blah. I mean,
No, yeah, don't, yeah.
You're boondocking.
You're boondocking, and
but they are a Harvest Host member also.
They are a Harvest Host member, and I know that they've only been there like a year and a half. But it was just a little, I was
just
not...
don't expect all...
I just wasn't, I mean, I'd rather just look at nothing than what we had to look at. It was fine. She did come. Marissa came. Wondered if we got it settled fine, and we did. But I was a little disappointed based off of the reviews. And maybe I didn't read the reviews correctly. Maybe if I read the reviews, they talked more about the farm and how great Marissa was. They sold meats there. They sold eggs for $7 a dozen. So needless to say, I just got 2 dozen eggs instead of getting the $15 back. And we did buy a pound of jalapeno cheddar sausages for $10 a pound.
Right.
So yeah. So it was cool. She took us on a really very, very informative tour.
That are due to have babies, and they wouldn't they haven't loaded in the trailer for the last 2 weeks, and so they'll end up having their babies out here, and they'll be like little whoopsies. So you see this little one and that little white one. There's a brown and a white one that are really small. Those are whoopsies that were had out here by moms that wouldn't load in the trailer, and so they had their babies out here. That sow had 8 and only 2 has made it because of the risk of crushing, because pigs pile up like that very snuggly pile there. Imagine if you were only 5 pounds and a 40-pound pig laid on you.
I'm also a pig whisperer. Looks like they're coming to me. Hey, little piggies. Little piglet back there. Piggy, piggy, piggy. Look at Mama over there. Mama's a big one. Look, I'm calling them over here. Her enthusiasm for the farm.
Yes, and what she wants to do is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
so.
I appreciate that part of it. It was interesting. Her tour was interesting, what they're trying to accomplish. And
needless to say, if that had been our first night somewhere, like,
right.
But like I said, all in all though, would we stay there again? I felt very safe. I didn't have any issues.
Yeah,
it's off the road.
Off the roadway.
She does have, it's gated. She puts that gate across there if you're not coming in a certain time. But she had 1, 2, 3, there's 5 of us there. There was 5, no, I'm sorry. 5, 6, 7 of us there.
7 campers.
1, 2, 4 of them were utilizing the hookups. Someone, after I went back, after we got there and I looked at, I was like, maybe I looked at the wrong, we at the right place. I did see a couple people put in the comments, they felt that she was just trying to set up a campground, that she was charging $45, $50 a night for a hookup spot, that's how she was supplementing her money, or supplementing her farm. I don't know. There was also a camper that you could rent for $75 a night to stay there on the farm.
So you can stay in that camper right there for $75 a night. Yeah, like a 17-foot vintage camper you can rent, and it's not.
She offers classes. Yeah, she does classes. She does gardening classes. I mean, I think she's pretty much trying to make a go of this, really much so. I think Harvest Host, though, was her foot in the door to get
to the RV community.
Yep. So it is what it is. So keep your comments about us whining and boohooing. That's not it. You just need to be prepared for and this is what we've learned. Some of these places are not just an open grassy field. They're going to be basically a cutout in the woods, and you're just going to have to look at
whatever.
And thankfully we weren't there in the summertime because it was so much laying water.
Yes.
Water laying around. We would have been eat up with mosquitoes.
Right.
We would have been eat up with mosquitoes.
So we also had somebody who was on their very first night in their camper, in their van, or their bus modification.
A little mini bus.
Said, hey, you gonna run that generator all night?
Yeah, and they ended up moving.
And
I did check the website again to make sure, because I know on some Harvest Hosts, that's something you have to check. Some Harvest Hosts don't allow pets, nor do they allow generators.
Right.
So for us, we have to have both of those things. But yeah, you could actually stay you could stay 3-4 nights there, whatever you want to stay, but you have to pay. You get your one free Harvest Host night, but then if I wanted to stay in Boondock anymore, I was paying $15.
Right.
So.
All right. So the question is Harvest Host something that you should invest in?
I would say.
Purchase in, buy in. For $79, which was the old rate, now it's going to go up to $99, I believe. I'll post a link below. You can get a Harvest.
I thought it was $59, went to $79, and now they got the Golfs.
No, it's going up to.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So Harvest Host membership now, I believe, is $99 a year. It just went up from $79 to $99. However, we'll post a link below. You can sign up through our link below, our membership, and receive 15% off your purchase price. Mm-hmm. Overall, the experience was cool. I'm telling you what, it beats the heck out of a Walmart parking lot.
Yes.
And staying at a Cracker Barrel, because it's safe, it's quiet, it's off the road, off the path, off the highway.
Well, it's an experience.
It's an experience. It's controlled by the owner, of course, as far as traffic coming in and out. I don't have any problems with it.
No, well, if you think about it, if we had stayed anywhere 4 nights at the minimum of $20 a night, we've paid for our membership.
Yeah. So
I personally would do it again, and I'd even go back to Whippoorwill Farms. I really would. I just was not expecting that.
It was a shock.
Yeah, it was just I just wasn't expecting this. Just wasn't expecting it.
There's nothing wrong with
nothing, and I can't wait till we try the sausages. And she did have a lot of meats. They slaughter everything there themselves. But no,
you get to meet these owners and listen to their story.
They're passionate about what they're doing.
And find out what they're doing and what they're passionate about. I mean, we did meet the owner of the first place.
James. Yeah, we didn't know he was the owner.
We didn't know he was the owner.
He just came over and said, "Are you okay?" And we were like, "Yeah."
Yep. And he talked to us in the golf cart. And the next morning, I talked to him a little bit more in detail about his thought process with the winery and the Harvest Host, and he wants
Which was a beautiful place.
Yep, he wants to put in actually designated RV spots for the Harvest Host members that come in. So overall, the experience was great. I don't have a problem with Harvest Host.
We have more scheduled when we're leaving.
We're going to keep on stopping at Harvest Host. I'm going to try and avoid Walmarts as much as possible.
Well, just because of the noise.
Yeah, the traffic and so forth. So anyway, hit the link below. Please give this video a thumbs up. Just hit the subscribe button, that little yellow caution sign here in the corner. It says Mike and Missy are camping again. Hit that caution sign, and we'll post the link below for the Harvest Host membership. If you want to sign up, get 15% off for being a Campoholic viewer.